Everybody, it's me, Lotus D, and I wanted to talk to you guys about what green flags in a relationship. Now, you all know I'm all about the ships, right? Call me your captain over here, coach, captain, captain, coach. That probably works. But when it comes to the ships, I'm all about it. So, leadership, friendship, and then, of course, relationship, right? I had somebody tell me that the other day, and I thought that was the cutest thing. And I was like, "What's that? I had to use that. I definitely have to use that." So, there you go. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Unwind with me for a minute. Let's sit and talk and chat it out and talk about the green flags that we look forward to in relationships. Everybody talks about those red flags, don't they? I mean, seriously, it's all about red flag this, red flag that. Oh, this is a red flag. That should have been a red flag. I don't know why I didn't see that flag. It's like, stop. What about the green ones? There's some green ones in there. Let's look at those. So we're going to go into that. Okay. We're going to talk about that. And these are things are signs of a healthy relationship. And as you all know, I am really big on healthy, but I'm trying my best to get as healthy as possible inside and out. And definitely at some point soon, I'm going to talk about maybe cleansing and things like that. I just haven't gotten to that topic yet. So we'll get to that and we'll go over that as well. Because the holidays are coming and a lot of you celebrate those holidays. And that being said, you're going to want to be able to eat what you want to eat. So we'll talk about those at some point, but that's just into the future. Aside from that, guys, let's talk about those five things. So the first one is they communicate openly, even when it's uncomfortable. What does that mean exactly? That means when it's uncomfortable to a point where there may be a moment that something may even trigger them to cry, to scream, to shout, to have that moment where they have to let it out. They are willing to do that because they are authentically showing them who they are. They're willing to be vulnerable and say, hey, this is me. I'm not perfect, but I love you. Now, again, it's about the ships. So that may not be something for leadership. Hello. But that would definitely be something for someone in a platonic relationship. It's definitely so for romantic because you want to be able to be open with someone and share with them who you truly are. The biggest thing I can tell you is this we're talking through the relationship contents of it. So this is not necessarily during a marriage because I'm not discussing marriage here. I'm not a marriage counselor, so I'm not here to speak on that. I'm here to only speak on the things that I probably might know just a little bit more about being that I am out here in these streets. Just kidding. But that being said, I just really want to make sure that everybody understands what I'm speaking to specifically and why they are important, not only to being the color of green, but also healthy. Because when you are in a relationship or starting a relationship and dating, that I've talked about, that we'll probably get into more, um, it's important that you discuss those things that really do matter to the other person you're with, but also letting them know and they have no surprises in the end. Some people love surprises, but it depends on the surprise. Okay. So number two, they respect your boundaries and time. Ooh, big one. Time, 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 time. Considering that one of my love signs is quality time, this is huge for me. When I have time with someone, I try my best to be on time and I try to make sure that when I'm there, that when they get there, it's good to go. But that being said, it doesn't always happen all the time. Things do come up, right? But the consideration has to be there in a relationship for it to continue to be healthy. Someone has to be there, someone has to show up, and someone has to respect the fact that one of your boundaries is not only is they on time, but that they also let you know when they're not running on time. A lot of times people don't even tell you that. You're like, okay, it's been what? So you need to make sure that, everyone needs to make sure that you know boundaries and you set those boundaries. Like, hey, my expectation is if we're gonna get together, because we probably only see each other once a month or twice a week or whatever it is it may be with your significant person that you're with, letting them know, I don't want to see you when I'm half asleep and then you're knocking on my door. I want to go on dates. You just got to put those boundaries out there. It's really important. And of course, for a platonic relationship, even more so, it's the same thing. You want to make sure that they understand that, your time to you is very important and time is something you can't get back. Y'all understand that, right? Time cannot be given back to you. You can be guilty of things that you didn't do, but you can't ever still get that back. You can't make up for it. It's gone. So therefore, whatever you do from here forward needs to be of a respectful nature so that that person or you doesn't lose out on something valuable. Okay? Because they might have something important to tell you. I mean, you never know. Aside from that, You want to celebrate. That's number three. You want to celebrate the wins, whether they're big or small. Again, I don't care if you win a $10 scratch off. I'm like, what are you gonna do with that $10? You're like, I put that in my gas tank. Oh, okay. But then you're like, I got a promotion. I got 10 grand more a month. What? A month or a year. Either way, we're celebrating, right? And I'm just putting it in that scale, but I'm being more so serious to the fact of it could be a promotion. It could be that they got a new house, like a friend of mine. Hey, L. It could be, and oh, and Amy. And it can also be that they got a new car or that they have a new job or they're still looking for a new job and they are getting people to respond to that job or they read a new book. How you doing? But it just depends, on what that is and what that celebration may be and what you celebrate. Um, Writing a new book is huge. Um, and people starting that process again is wonderful. My mother has written two books and she's on her way to writing that third one. Number four, they take accountability when they're wrong. This is huge. This is very significant because this is one that caused a lot of relationships to go bum, 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 because it's not a debate. I'm wrong. You're right. You're right. I'm wrong. It's not about that. That's not has nothing to do with accountability. Accountability is saying I did this. This is my portion of that. So I was wrong for that. Versus what you did, what you did, what you did. Okay, I did a little bit of that. It's not, we're not trying to win something out of that. That's not a win. That's a loss. So take accountability is a healthy part of a relationship, means that you're willing to be not only open and uncomfortable, but you also have respect for them. You also have celebrated them, meaning to me, celebration I think of loyalty. And then you're accountable for your actions that you contribute to the relationship. Make sense? Hope so. And then five, but not the end of it all, you feel safe with them being yourself. You can be yourself around them. This is huge, guys. Authentically being able to be yourself. Now, I know you're going to say to yourself, Lotus D, you're always crazy. So you're authentically yourself. Actually, there's a lot more to me than just this. Mm-hmm. I don't just live for this. You know what I mean? No, I have other things going on. But that being said, I really think that when you feel safe with someone to be yourself, it means that you're able to let those walls down. The sad part of it is when it's not a healthy relationship, they don't know how to do that. And when they do it in a mean kind of way. Like, this is what I like to do, and this is how I do it. This is what I want. This is, whoa, wait a minute. It's no you. We're in a relationship. It's us. US. It's a we. It's not I. It's not me. It's not you. It's just you. It's us. It's we. So when you're speaking that way, understand if it doesn't come across that you are safe being yourself with me, then perhaps I'm not the person for you. It's hard, right? I might not say that like that. However, that's the way you think. You're thinking to yourself, oh man, you know, they get with the friend over there. And I know this sounds crazy, but I'm making a point that's very valid. So work with me here. Get with the friend over there. Oh yeah. Da, 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 da. Now they may have a different type of relationship dynamic in that relationship. Maybe it's like a big sister, little sister, or it's like a family member. No reason to get like that's friendship. But in a romantic relationship, when he hangs out with the boys, he's hanging out with the boys. But if he can't hang out with you and go play darts, mm, especially if he likes to play pool and you like to play pool, and guess where y'all probably met? Just saying. And all of a sudden, no longer are you at going. Some things are not adding up. You see what I'm saying? So again, you have to feel safe. That's the little parts of it, but you have to feel safe to be yourself. And so that you don't feel like I'm being weird. He looks at me like I'm weird, when I make jokes and I talk about this or I talk about that person. There are different things. I mean, you can be in the same race and still have cultural differences. Believe it or not, you can have that. It happens. Being from Chicago, coming to Texas, oh my God, going to New York, coming to Texas, going to, I mean, anywhere. Friends of mine from Boston, I mean, it just happens. Seattle, I'm just calling out some different cities here, but seriously, the culture in that city itself, it's not like going to a different country, but it's still a difference. There's a different vibe to everywhere you live. And everyone on the planet has their own set of energy and frequency they live on or they beat from. And I'm telling you right now, that being said, when you have a high one, I'm not looking for a low one. I'm looking for somebody who can meet me there. I know it's going to be crazy, but it's going to be a good kind of crazy. All right. So, anyway, thank you for taking the time to sit. Thank you for taking the time to listen. I appreciate you all so much. And as always, like, subscribe, and follow. Have a good one, guys, everybody.